Wednesday, May the 17th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, Barbados is spending the most money on crime in Latin America and the Caribbean outside of Jamaica. That's according to an IDB-funded study released yesterday entitled Restoring Paradise in the Caribbean, Combating Violence with Numbers. The study shows that it's costing Barbados about 2% of its gross domestic product every year. Without providing dollars and cents, the researchers noted that with the high cost of crime in the Caribbean, government is bearing the greatest burden. Heather Sutton, one of the editors of the report, presented the findings online.
The averages for Latin America and the Caribbean, the recent study that the IDB launched with 17 countries compared to the Caribbean, and then at the top you've got 6 other developed countries. You can see in terms of using the same methodology to estimate costs, we see that the Caribbean has a high cost, which is estimated at about somewhere between 2.43 and 3.7% of GDP spent annually on crime. And this is broken down between government expenditure, private costs, and social costs.
A pensioner was in critical condition in hospital last night after being involved in an accident with a Zeta van driven by 60-year-old Eartha Kennedy along Enterprise Main Road, Christchurch. Police say 73-year-old Martin Critchlow of Lower Carter's Gap, Christchurch, had just disembarked from another Zeta van and was about to cross the road when he was involved in the accident. He sustained head injuries. Meanwhile, 2 St. Michael men are nursing gunshot injuries following a shooting incident at Middle Lane, Eden Lodge, St. Michael last night. Police reported that 43-year-old Sean Payne of Nursery Lane, Eden Lodge, and 38-year-old Claude Alsop of Whitehall suffered injuries to their thigh, buttocks, and arm. The victims were sheltering from the rain under a shed when they were shot. A family of 2 is now without a house after a fire destroyed it yesterday evening. The blaze, which gutted the Ellis Road Checker Hall St. Lucie dwelling of husband and wife Diana and Earl Boyce, also resulted in the woman sustaining burns to her face. She was treated in hospital.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
When it comes to your family, what do you dream of? Enjoying the sights of Italy, seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, or experiencing the cuisine of Spain? Courts can make your family dream come true. Shop at Courts for a chance to win a dream cruise for a family of 4. Spend $999 or over at any Courts store or online at shopcourts.com. Every $100 gets you a chance to win that cruise to give you more fun time with your family by cruising the Mediterranean, a value of over $20,000. So stop dreaming and start shopping to make your dream come true at Courts, bringing value home.
We're back with news from the region now. In Trinidad, a decision by 33 workers of the Sugar Industry Labor Welfare Committee to join their representative union, the Public Services Association, in a nationwide protest action under the guise of health and safety concerns has cost them their salaries during a 2-month period in 2014 when they did not work. This was the ruling handed down by High Court Judge Margaret Mohammed on Tuesday. Mark Bassant has the story.
33 sugar workers who filed a court action seeking payment of wages after stopping work between the period June 24th to September 1st, 2014, had their action struck down by High Court Judge Margaret Mohammed. Instead, Justice Mohammed, who held that the workers chose to follow the guidelines of their union, said they must now bear the consequences of the advice given to them to stop work and compensate the state for their actions. They also sought a declaration that the work stoppage complied with Section 15 of the Occupational Safety and Health Act. In the action, the workers complained of health and safety risks at their offices at Balize Avenue, Couva, including inadequate ventilation, the presence of excessive dust, mold and fungus, an infestation of cockroaches and other vermin, inadequate toilet facilities, exposed electrical installations, congested office space, and unsafe stairways, among other complaints.
And on the international scene, a small but growing number of Republican U.S. lawmakers called today for an independent probe of possible collusion between President Donald Trump's 2016 campaign and Russia, spurred by a memo from the fired FBI chief that Trump has sought to impede the agency's investigation. The tumult in Washington deepened yesterday over allegations Trump has sought to end the FBI's investigation into ties between Trump's first national security advisor, Michael Flynn, and Russia. Meanwhile, in breaking news, Russian President Vladimir Putin has offered to provide a transcript of a controversial Oval Office meeting between Trump and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, raising the stakes in an affair that has sent the White House into a tailspin.
After a very striking couple of days, yet another twist in the road. I think the last thing the president probably needs right now is for Vladimir Putin to be vouching for him. But if Putin is now saying that he has tapes, that, of course, begs even more questions about why the Russians are recording conversations with the U.S. president. All of this just gets more and more baffling every day. But I don't think we should allow it to distract us from the very serious allegation that was contained in the New York Times article yesterday that the president effectively asked Comey to drop a serious investigation involving his first national security advisor, someone who was among his most prominent surrogates during the campaign. That is a very serious charge. We need to get, I think, that memoranda and any other that Director Comey or the FBI may have that outline any conversations with the president about Russia or anything else that the director thought improper.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.